The lighting, though. You are live. Are we live on Instagram?
This drunk cowboy, because he's always popping up.
Yeah, just block his ass. So, are we on TikTok? Yes, we are. We on Instagram. Hey, everybody, y'all. So, anyhow, Ava's about to head out for tonight,
My nails won't let me hit that ass.
and all right, okay, and so she's all prettied up, and so anyhow, I wrote this song about her since. Listen to this song I wrote about her. She's painted up her lips and rolled and curled her platinum hair. Ava, are you contemplating going out somewhere? The shadow on the wall says the sun is going down. Oh, Ava, don't take your love to town. Oh, Kenny Rogers, first edition song you had. So, so anyhow, good evening, everybody. Top of the evening to you. Coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia this evening. What do you got? About 10 minutes before you have to head out?
Yeah.
About 10 minutes. And tell the folks what you're all dressed up for going to this evening.
Well, my friend Alex Woodruff and his partner over at Pineapple Cut, they are having the premiere of their short film, Thomasville. It's the Atlanta premiere, I think East Coast premiere as well. And it's also Alex's birthday. So since I did not make to seeing it when I was out in LA when it premiered at the Be Show Film Festival because I had to go to a Lambda Legal Gala, I have to go see it tonight.
So where's it playing at?
Plaza Theater, the historic Plaza Theater.
Over on Pasta Leon,
Yes.
right across the street from the Majestic.
Thank you, MM.
So anyhow, good evening, everybody. It was so beautiful here in Atlanta today. It's like 70-something degrees.
It was gorgeous.
It's going to be beautiful again tomorrow and Wednesday. And so, you know, us here in the South, we start getting a little kind of spring fever. Like it's just feeling spring. Good evening, Miss Dora. Good evening.
That was Miss Dora, yes.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Vanita.
Everybody over on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. Look at us, just figuring out how to like push buttons and talk to people and do things.
Pat Van Etten said, S in the North too. We were excited that it hit 40 today in New York. Oh, congratulations. When it's been cold, 40 degrees can seem very warm.
Yeah. With myself being a gardener and I have hens in the hen house, three or four little hens, four hens. Hey, East Texas. And I have a garden house that I built a couple of years ago. I have an outside bathtub that I like to soak in. So I get excited for spring. Even after all these years, I still love the spring of the year.
I can't wait till we can take outdoor baths again.
Yeah, and pollen gets horrible. And pollen's really got where it's bothered me here the last few years.
Beautiful day here in South Bama. Been Proppin City for spring. Yeah, it's 68 in Colorado today.
68 in Colorado. Yeah, 68's nice, isn't it?
Nice.
It's just actually it's just
wonderful.
perfect. 70-degree days is just perfect because then you get that chill come back in the evening and it kind of lets you sleep good. I sleep good when it's a little chill in the air outside, you know. So my thing is staying awake the rest of the evening until Ava gets home. About whatever time she says she gets home, I always add an hour to it. So she said she'll be home around 10. I say 11. You know. So
good evening, Lexi.
Last week was 9 degrees. -9 degrees.
Thank you, Octavia.
Yeah, that's just of the devil, y'all. Anytime it gets below 15 degrees, it's just of the devil. So anyhow, y'all.
Thank you, T-Bob.
Hope everybody's feeling okay this evening. I've turned the news on a few minutes before I almost fell asleep on the sofa. No, it's just nothing but chaos and cluster mess and dumpster fires and shit and fire and shit. Hey, Miss Rhonda, I just want to say shit 1,000 times. Shit ain't nothing but shit. I just turned it off, you know. I seen where
thank you, Catherine.
was today.
Y'all are just too nice.
Yeah, Ava's sitting over getting all these compliments on TikTok. I've seen today where MSNBC let Joy Reid go, and basically kind of fired her. And then Lester Holt, he resigned from NBC Nightly News. And maybe it's just my old white southernness of being raised and born and raised in the South. It is ironic. Both of them were black folks.
Yeah.
You know, both of them. You know, it's like, do we really want to appease Donald Trump so much to make him happier, to get rid of anybody that's not white? I don't know. Maybe I'm just shooting bullets in the air. But it did seem odd to me.
Thank you, both of y'all.
So
y'all were just gassing me up before I go to this premiere.
Yeah, she's heading out tonight.
No, the news is terrifying, and also it's a little sus that they fired 2 black people.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. And then the Joint Chiefs of Staff that was let go in a tweet a couple of days ago was African-American man. Maybe that's just my mind, the way I look at things.
And it was really weird too. It came after a rant that he did on one of the socials about Joy Reid. It's just a little sus to me.
Yeah. This is weird. Y'all, we living in weird, strange times.
Yes, going to premiere, so I look like this.
Yeah. Ava's got where she loves this platinum hair.
I do.
She's got where she loves this platinum
It took me 2+ years to decide on which shade of blonde, which I know is like, but no. And so I finally bit the bullet, and I was like, I think this may be my shade, so I can't wait till my human hair wig comes in.
So my thing is I'm thinking I'm going to bleach mine. I'm thinking, I don't know. Some of you people around my age might understand this. There used to be a dye that's called Marchand or Marchand, and people would bleach their hair with Marchand, but maybe I'm just remember things that wasn't there. But
he is funny.
When I'm gonna get when we come back.
See, my husband does.
Yeah, I hate that, Rhonda. Oh. Yeah, all the federal workers, they're being treated like shit. I tell you, that's going to be my word this evening, shit. So if you're offended by the word shit, go ahead and skip on by and find you some, church service going on of the thousands of them out here online. But there's just a lot of shit going on in the world today. And the federal employees are just being treated like shit by billionaires, oligarchs. But anyhow, I'm thinking about, I might, if I bleach my hair platinum, should I bleach my eyebrows?
Didn't you do that one time?
No, I dyed them black.
You shaved them
and then
off.
They look so horrible black, I shaved them off. Of course, I was around 40 years old, and I was doing a lot of mushrooms and doing a lot of ecstasy back then because I was partying a lot.
Sister Wise Fangirl says Ohio has 54,000 federal workers, and we're a red state. I think that's what people don't realize is this is going to send us into a recession.
Don't we just hope some of this shit backfires on Trump at some point? Don't we just hope that some of this constant shit just backfires? You know, how long can they treat workers and people just treat them like shit and nothing happens? You know, we just kind of have to hope it backfires at some point.
I think what I hate is the human casualty in this all. Like, it's going to backfire at some point spectacularly, but what is it going to cost? And who's going to suffer for it?
Y'all, I've been watching, I'm on the last few minutes of the episode 6. There's a series on Netflix, 6 episodes, and they're about an hour and 20 minutes apiece. And it starts all at the beginning in the 30s and it goes all the way up to the tearing down of the Berlin Wall in Germany, and then the aftermath of that. And I don't know what the name of it is, but it's it's such a good series and historical. And then when you go back and watch documentaries about where we're at, where, you know, in our lifetime, in my 70 years of the things that we've come through, it's kind of like, my God, we're just doing the same shit. We're doing the same shit all over again. It was just repeat. You know, it's just like we learned nothing from it. So anyway,
I think you're saying shit so much.
Yeah, TikTok told me to quit saying shit so much.
Oh, we have watched Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale. Y'all, we thought that was just a fiction.
No.
We thought Handmaid's Tale was just an irony, just fiction about
No.
what could be. We didn't know that it was telling the life story of Elon Musk and Donald Trump. You know,
Oh,
it's
God, that's
scary.
nauseous.
My grandson Kenzo just said shit. We have to stop the shit. Well, TikTok goes off the air.
Kimberly wants to know how Jill is doing because she hasn't posted since December.
Yeah, my daughter Jill, which is also big on TikTok, she at one time had more followers than I did. She was big during the campaign. She went to the rallies with me. She just has taken a total break. Huh? She's taken a total break from social media of all kinds. She's like, Daddy, it's so depressing. I just don't want to be on it no more. So she still has, like, on her TikTok page, I think she has like 30,000 followers. And, but she's just taking a break from it. She still watches my lives and stuff like that. But she, my daughter Jill is not as strong as I am. Probably I could say that. And all the thousands of threats and harassments and, people threatening to drive by her house and people telling her they know where she lives. And, it's all right when 2 or 3 people do that. But when you're dealing with MAGA, the evangelical Christian white nationalist group, they're a very violent group. And we saw their Christian values on full display on January the 6th when they were up there holding the cross and waving flags and trying to kill people. So, and then they come after individuals that disagree with them. But that's just the white Christian nationalist people, that evangelicals, that Southern Baptist, Pentecostal, holiness. They're very hateful, hate-filled people that are. And so anyhow, the long answer to that is my daughter Jill just taking an absolute break from all of it.
And Kimberly, I'll pass along the message. I had to do the same thing. Like all of this stuff, and you go on.
I'm not taking a break, y'all.
Like it can get very depressing and very overwhelming, and the negative comments, they can just
Not only am I not taking a break, I'm bleaching my hair platinum, and I'm coming back home tomorrow night as Edwina.
I got a wig for him already. I said I got a wig for him
Well, that's
already.
what I will. Tomorrow night, if y'all tune in tomorrow night, I'll have my platinum wig on. I'm just gonna take and go full throttle. Yeah.
All right, I do.
Ava is beautiful. She's going out tonight. That's pretty. Very. We got our walk-in this evening.
Bye.
So anyhow, I'm going to hang out here for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to go find me the rest of my documentary. You be safe out there.
I'll call you on my way home.
Ava, we always do phone checks with each other when
I'm a black trans woman.
yeah, Meryl, I hear you. Yeah. And see, and here's my life now, along with the MAGA. Let me see. Boom Boom, do you want to join? Oh, buddy.
Yes.
Come on up here. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you.
Okay, you can't do one without the other.
Well, I can't hold them both. Let me introduce to you the one and only. Oh, here comes Gracie.
Okay.
The one and only Boom Boom the Baptist. Now, he's a Baptist,
And
but
Gracie the Pentecostal.
and Grace is Pentecostal. And Boom Boom has his own following because he likes to peek out the windows to see what the neighbors are doing. And that's the Baptist in him coming up. Baptists are kind of nosy people, ain't they? They said there's two ways you can spread the news around town. One is put it in the paper, and the other is tell a Baptist.
Okay.
All right, they got to get out. Y'all get out. Make him get out. They get dog hair on you. They just want to be on TV, y'all, or whatever this is here this evening. All right, so let me get situated. Let me kill a couple little. Y'all see my pelican over my shoulder right there? The dining room looks lighter. I painted this wall over here an eggshell soft off-white. So. But anyhow, good evening, TikTok. Good evening, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, coming to you from my little dining room this evening. In East Point, Georgia, having a little laugh, having a little bit of, how long have we been together? We've been together for 15 years. And I figure if we stay together 5 more years, we'll decide if we're going to make a go of it or not. because do y'all know this, though? I didn't know this. Little facts you'll find with the Eddie William Sellers lives in the evening time, that the highest rate of divorce is within the first year of marriage. So within the first 12 months of a marriage, that's the highest rate of divorce. The second highest rate of divorce is after the 20th year of marriage. And when I was reading that, it explained because after the 20th year of marriage, usually the kids are gone off to college. One of them's quit working. They don't really know each other. They're spent their lives centered around their children. The children's gone. They realize they don't even like each other no more. The thing about it is, and I was married to Kathy, my first wife, for 20 years. We got married when I was 3 days after I turned 18. Back then, at 18, you could sign for yourself to get married. Well, my wife, Kathy, was only 16. And so her mom would sign for her to get married, but her daddy would not. So I got my Uncle Horace. Was we ever legally married, really? Because I got my Uncle Horace that was married to Annie Rude. I took him down to the courthouse. He pretended to be her daddy and signed for her to marry me, which wasn't her daddy. So our whole marriage might have not even been legal. But anyhow, it was ironic that even after Kathy and I, after our 20th wedding anniversary, we divorced. So anyhow, this is why my husband and I make time for each other daily, so we aren't just focusing on the kids. Yeah, the thing about it is there's several things in a marriage, and I'm speaking from experience from somebody that was married for 20 years, that church, people can focus on church and avoid their marriage. People can focus on their kids, everything's about the kids. And the love languages between the two people are not really, and then I've seen people who's been married a lot of people just become like real close buddies, just good friends with each other. But, and my baby, be safe out there. I'll be waiting up on you if I can. Lotus Bean said they did 21 years. I've been married 30 years. We own a business together, and we are together every day. Now, see, that's the other thing. Me and Kathy worked in the same office for years. I worked at Georgia Blueprint, and then I got her. She worked at wasn't called SunTrust. Trust Company of Georgia was the bank then. She worked for them. I got her to come to work with me in the office. So we rode together, rode to work together, rode home together. And in fairness, I loved working with her. It wasn't a distraction to me. I mean, we had lunch every day. We packed a lunch. We it just was part of our life. Maybe it's just me, and it's probably not healthy, but Betty Smith over on Facebook said 46.5 years for us. Death did us part. Death did us part. Yeah. Maybe it's just me, but if I love somebody, if I really love somebody like I did Kathy, like I do Ava, I could be with them 7 days a week. Work with them, sleep with them, travel with them. I don't get tired of them. Yeah, everybody needs their downtime and some time alone or something. For me, I like to go shopping by myself sometimes. I'll go up to Lenox Mall and just spend 2-3 hours, and then I'll get me some of that Asian fried rice in the lobby. I'll pick me out 2 or 3 shirts and just kind of get off by myself, just have myself a good time. Vanessa said, married 4 times, so I give up. No, Vanessa, do not give up. The 5th one will be the one that'll stay with you until the end of time. It's always the 5th one. Just remember that. I've been with my husband for 19 years. We've been together since we were 16. Never missed a day. Never missed a day. See, and it is odd. I know my cousin David, y'all, he married his wife Carol. They met each other. They were just kids, got married. Oh my God, he worshiped the ground she walked on. they stayed together until they both, Carol died first, and then my cousin David died. I'm telling you, after they've been married and raised their kids, and they've been married for 35 years, my cousin David was so infatuated with her. He thought she was the beautifulest thing ever born in woman. Just worshiped the ground she walked on, you know. And so that's just like, you know, me and Ava, neither one have a job. We don't really work. Ava a little bit more than I do. Ava's actor, entertainer, in the theater and stuff, but it's weird, you know, like we have mornings together. I work. Am I talking too fast? I'm hyper right now. I ain't even had my tea yet. I only work on Mondays, and I don't even get paid for it. I just go over there and work on Mondays and piddle at the shop. But I've done that for years now. The rest of the week, now like the rest of this week, I've got a doctor's appointment at 11 tomorrow up in Buckhead. After that, I've got Boom Boom, and Gracie needs to go to the vet one day this week. And other than that, I'm working on Heather's house. I run by Home Depot, just piddle and diddle, do some stuff. Yeah. Before I met Ava, I had lived for 5 years by myself in my house over in Grant Park. And I'll be honest with y'all, I loved being single also. I had a black standard poodle female, Princess, that I got her when she was 6 weeks old, and she died when she was 14 years old. And me and Princess had a routine where, you know, I'd walk up to the park every evening. I could walk to my shop on Boulevard if I wanted to, walk home if I wanted to. I didn't have to deal with Atlanta traffic, which is a nightmare. Anyway, good evening, everybody. Good evening, TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. And how did we meet? How did I meet Ava? I met Ava online on a gay meet site, and I emailed her on that site and asked her some questions about her health status that she had posted. And we talked online for a little over a year, not regularly, like maybe 2 months would go by and we'd catch up. Hey, how you been? Yada, yada, yada. But we talked online for over a year. And then she was coming to Atlanta one day, and she said, well, would you want to meet? And I'm like, yeah, we can meet. And we met. And then after a few times, we went and had a lunch on a Sunday afternoon over at Doc Chase, a place in Virginia Highlands. And it just kind of found its own way through there. You know, there's a big age difference. I was all against it. No. And I thought, you know, Ava had surely she had reservations also, but little by little, you know, first thing you know, you look up one day and 15 years has come by, and you've been sharing a bed with each other for 15 years. And it goes by fast, don't it? You know? And I would have bet anybody after my divorce, after being married for 20 years, I used to tell myself, well, I had that one relationship that went the long distance in my life. Well, here in 5 years, me and Ava will be together longer than that relationship. That's weird, isn't it? Just weird. Don't I say weird a lot? But anyhow, the main thing, I used to get asked this question by people that were trying to seek a mate or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a husband, wife. And, you know, I used to do a little bit of counseling on the side as kind of like in a ministerial kind of way. And people would ask me, said, what should I be looking for in a relationship? And I said, you can cut it all down to just simply this. Find someone that treats you well, that's good to you. Just find somebody that's good to you. Because I'm telling you, as the years go by, looks fade, sex, you know, people, you know, Granny and all the old women of the church said, I tell you, sex won't hold a relationship together. No, it won't, but it certainly doesn't hurt to have, you know, sexual compatibility in it. But what really binds two people is find somebody that's good to you, just good to you. You know, don't never. I will tell this: never ever be with anybody that'll disrespect you, be disrespectful to you. I'm telling you, if you're with somebody and if they're disrespectful to you one time, like Oprah would say, they will be disrespectful to you in the future. That's just it's a line in the sand. Don't be with anybody that's disrespectful to you. Get up and leave. And a lot of times you find that out early, and thank God you do find it out early. So, but anyhow, so good evening, everybody. Top of the evening to you. I like the lighting on Facebook tonight and Instagram and YouTube. Good evening, everybody over on TikTok. I love. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Yes. Good evening to you, Myra. So anyhow, I've had maybe it's the spring weather, but I've just had really just a wonderful day. Like at the shop today, I posted a picture over on Facebook that I had the front door propped open, windows up, traffic going by, air conditioner not on, the heat not on, just the Atlanta spring afternoon. Good Lord, just so beautiful. And I think these days are getting longer now. And the vitamin D that we get from a day like today, the sun and getting out, and we got our evening walk in, and thank y'all for the gifts over here on TikTok. Thank y'all for all the hearts and the likes and the follows, and thank y'all for all that. Then we do our little music video. We do one every day. There's about 800 of them on TikTok now. We played a song of Roberta Flack. Her song about killing me softly with his song, and and the words to that, the way the song starts off said, not the way it starts off, but some of the words to it says, strumming my pain with his fingers. I mean, what poetry? Just as many times I love playing a guitar. As many times as I've strummed my guitar when I was really going through just some horrible, dark places, and I was strumming my pain with my fingers, and singing my life with his words. Just so beautiful. And then I didn't know this, she was 88, that's a good life. I mean, nobody wants to go, but if you live to be 88 years old, you kind of should have already made peace with getting out of here. That's a good run at life. But then until I heard this evening, she had a stroke in 2016, I believe it was, which really sets people back when her age. And then in 2022, I believe it was 3 years ago, she came down with ALS. Man, ALS, our little kin person, Jamie, baby doll, Heather's little baby's grandmother, Jamie got ALS, and it took her out in like 6 months. But it's a horrible way to go out of here, dealing with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. So anyhow, but she left her music and her legacy, and we all got to go some kind of way, y'all. So my little girl used to sing "Scrubbing My Face," such a fantastic song. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I didn't know this, but she wrote the song "First Time Ever I Saw Your Face," and and it just laid out there, never really did nothing. Nobody never heard of Roberta Flack. And Clint Eastwood, I seen a thing when CNN did a thing on her death, Roberta Flack. Clint Eastwood in the movie Play Misty for Me, I believe it is, used that Roberta Flack recording in that movie. And then after that, it blew up, became #1 hit. She won a Grammy that year for it. First Time Ever I Saw Your Face. And then years later, if I ain't mistaken, years later, she was telling the story, First Time Ever I Saw Your Face. And it's such a deep, touching, romantic song. And she said she'd come back from traveling, singing, and she'd had a cat that she'd loved for years, and the cat had passed while she was on the road. And she came back and she was real sad, and she wrote that song about her cat, The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, which just made it even more powerful to me, because it could be the face of a child, the face of a lover, the face of God, the face of a French bulldog who's a Baptist. So, yeah. And yeah, she had enough. She had several hits. Yeah, and I think she had some hits also. Some of you, I'm talking stuff a lot of you people wouldn't even. There was another singer, Donny Hathaway, I believe was his name, and she did some songs with him. I think he may have unalived himself back then, and but man, he was a talented performer, singer. She sung with him on some songs also. So anyhow, just a world of knowledge, ain't we? Ain't we? Good evening, everybody. All right, y'all. I'm gonna hang it up and get out of here. Wanted to come on and say hey for a few minutes. Get Ava on here while she's all painted up and rolled her platinum hair. So, yeah. It's good to be alive, y'all. Springtime here in Atlanta. Other people talking about it's 9 degrees, 8 degrees, snowing here, snowing there. Here in Atlanta, yeah. It's like we love it. No wonder so many thousands of people keep coming and keep moving to Atlanta, because it's such a wonderful place that has 4 little seasons, got the mountains 2 hours north of us, the beach 4 hours west of us, or 6 hours to the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico's 5.5 hour drive from Atlanta down to Panama City, which is just an afternoon drive. Stop, go through a drive-through, get you a chicken biscuit somewhere along the way, and be down there in Panama City before you know it. Down around the Gulf of Mexico. Y'all, is that the Gulf of America? Why? Why not just make it the Gulf of Donald Trump? And that's what MAGA would want to rename it, the Gulf of Donald Trump. Why? That's so stupid. So stupid. Good heavens, so stupid. Love y'all.